Mr. Wade,
Here.
Mr. Porter,
Here.
Mr. Bonner,
Here.
Mr. Spalding,
Here.
Mr. Garrett.
Here.
This meeting is being recorded by audio tape. Pledge of allegiance, Ms. Audrey Davis.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Adoption of the board agenda. Have a motion on,
I'll motion.
second. Discussion? Roll, please.
Mr. Porter,
Yes.
Mr. Bonner,
Yes.
Mr. Spalding,
Yes.
Mr. Wade,
Yes.
Mr. Garrett.
Yes.
Recognitions and presentations.
Alrighty, first up, we have the Winter FAC Athletic Recognitions with Mr. Bonner.
All right, we're honored to recognize a number of our winter All-FAC athletes as well as some wrestlers for their state qualifications. First up, for swimming, we have Mila Stangl. Raina Cunningham. Sarah Johansson. Eva Johansson. Jonathan Crawford. Isaac Crawford. Noah Hickman Beck. On to basketball, Caden Cox. Cooper Stone King. And bowling, Audrey Davis. Our wrestlers, Cale Smith. '26 state qualifier, Colby Campbell. '26 state qualifier, Quentin Moss. And last but not least, 2026 FAC Wrestler of the Year, and 138 pound, 32. He weighs 160 pounds now, it's hard to tell. 132 pound state runner-up, Cannon Smith. Cannon is a 4-time state qualifier, 3-time state placer. To my knowledge, the only 4-time individual state qualifier in school history, the only 3-time in any sport, the only 3-time wrestling state placer in school history, and the highest state placer in school history. Next year, Cannon will continue his wrestling career at Ohio University.
Okay, next up, we have the Middle School Momentum Award, which is awarded by the Department of Education and Workforce. And a lot of the middle school staff are on the DC trip. Knute has a lot of words tonight. So the Momentum Award is awarded to districts and buildings that have demonstrated outstanding improvement and achievement while also continuing to show growth. The award is for districts and buildings that have improved their performance, indexed by 3 or more points from 2023 to 24 and 2024 to 25, and have received a value-added progress rating of 4 or more stars. So today we have here Leah Stoking, Tyler McCormick, Lisa Clark. Those are the ones. So we'll get with the rest of the staff. We actually have awards for you, certificates that we'll get with those documents. You can give them out. But I do want to recognize the time and effort that has taken this middle school staff stay very focused on using student data to drive instruction and really focus on their interventions for all students. And it's work that we are trying to replicate in all the other programs. And I thank you very much for your time and dedication to our students and ensuring that they are making the expected growth every year. Thank you. Next up is Dr. McCallum.
I don't see him.
Not here? Okay. We'll try to get him next time.
All right, we'll have a 5 to 6 minute reception here, and then we'll come back for everything else.
applied for leave, then kind of fell down. Got beat by.
Welcome to visitors to this and all board meetings. The board desires citizens of the district to attend its meetings so they become better acquainted with the operations and programs of the schools and so that the board may have an opportunity to hear the wishes and ideas of the public. All meetings of the board are open to the public and the media. The guidelines for public participation are cited on the procedures for individuals addressing the Board of Education during public participation. Citizens who wish to speak at the board meeting during public participation must abide by the policies and regulations of the district. Public participation will be held for a maximum of 30 minutes, and citizens who have signed up to speak will have an opportunity to speak for 3 minutes to the board. Go to the podium when recognized and remain there for the entirety of your remarks. Do not address approach the board or district officials during your remarks. State your name and address for the minutes. Using profanity, making threats, or causing a disruption will not be tolerated. We strive to treat everyone at this public meeting with professionalism and respect and request citizens attending the meeting and public participants to do the same. Thank you for attending the public meeting. Do we have speakers tonight?
Yeah, we have 4 requests to speak. I'll go in order. So first one would be Reverend Terry Williams. And when you get to the podium, if you don't mind to state your name and address for the minutes, and then once you do that, we will start the time for 3 minutes.
My name is the Reverend Terry Williams, and I reside at 47.5 East Main Street here in the city of Chillicothe. Before my prepared remarks, I just want to say how sad I am that the levy did not pass. I hope that the school board will put another levy on. I know you need this levy money. We need this levy money, and I'm hopeful that the third time is the charm. I am a little concerned tonight about a few matters of transparency. For me, as an individual who tries to keep abreast of what the school district is up to and doing, I was a little disturbed at some of the comments that I heard about the last meeting, not the April meeting that was canceled, but the March meeting. Tried to review that meeting, and I went back and tried to review a few meetings on the YouTube page that's provided by the district. Review of all previous meetings is not possible on that YouTube page that the district maintains, as some of the recordings have been intentionally removed from the public-facing access options under that account. Only when given access to a private, unsearchable hyperlink can certain meetings be viewed. Members of the public are intentionally provided with some recordings, while others are kept from public view unless the viewer puts forward a significant additional effort of making requests of the district. At best, this is an inconvenience to the public to not simply have recordings of all meetings accessible in the same public-facing format. At worst, it could represent the district engaging in viewpoint discrimination, providing a platform to favored speech while hiding disfavored speech away behind extra layers of bureaucracy. At any rate, regardless of the intent, this practice does not represent transparency. The last regular meeting of the school board, which was scheduled to have occurred in April, did not occur. In private conversations with at least one member of the board, it was suggested to me that the purposes for canceling the meeting were to ensure that individuals were able to fully devote themselves to promoting levy activities and to make for sure that there wasn't anything conflicting in that moment. I'm very concerned because for those of us who are in the public who have this schedule of meetings well in advance, it represented to me the dodging of a meeting right before a critical levy vote, a time that there would be transparency and opportunities for discussion or dialogue. Whether that was the intent or not, it does represent to me a lack of transparency. And third, and perhaps most concerning to me, was the way in which a member of your own board was gavelled down by the presiding officer in the March meeting. Told he could not speak to the merits of a public contract that had been brought before the body by a motion and a second for approval. That action, to me, represented a violation of decorum and a violation of that member's rights. I believe that member is owed an apology. If members of the board are willing to silence even other members, what chance does the public have truly to be heard? Transparency is dead in this place if members of the school board are not only disencouraged, but prohibited from exercising their official duty to scrutinize public contracts in open meetings before their constituents.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next is Jessica Vandermark. And again, if you would mind stating your name and address for the minutes.
My name is Jessica Vandermark. I reside at 1240 Nelson Drive. I served as the middle school cheer coach from the winter of 2023 through the most recent winter season in 2026. I'm speaking today on behalf of past and present cheerleaders, including my daughter. On January 6, 2026, I brought multiple concerns to the superintendent's attention after an unsuccessful attempt to address them directly with the current coaching staff. Those concerns, along with a serious accident involving a student athlete, warranted the start of an investigation. Following a fall at a home game on January 20th, new stunting protocols were implemented. However, those policies were ignored by the current coaching staff. The 2025 varsity football cheer team began the season with 16 athletes and ended with 10. Varsity basketball started with 13 athletes and dropped to 9 before the first game. Children do not quit sports they love without reason. They leave when they feel unsupported, unsafe, and emotionally exhausted. This year alone, cheerleaders suffered a fractured ankle, a broken finger, a mouth laceration, and the permanent loss of a tooth. Parents were not properly notified. Injuries were not handled appropriately. Medication was administered, and injured athletes were encouraged to continue participating before healing. The coach's actions conflict with multiple board policies. Under policy number 4 regarding first aid, parents were required to be notified following a student injury. That notification did not occur. Under policy number 3, school personnel are prohibited from administering medication to students outside the policy's permitted procedures. Policy number 6 further states that coaches must meet all requirements established by the State Board of Education. These policies exist to protect student safety and ensure accountability. The failure to follow them raises the serious concerns that need to be addressed. I was asked why these young ladies did not speak up sooner, and the answer is simple. The current chain of command is flawed when the athletic director is an immediate family member of the current coaching staff. That creates a clear conflict of interest and discourages athletes from reporting concerns. Many of these young women no longer want to participate in a sport they once loved because of the mental and physical toll this environment has taken on them. I urge you to seriously consider the policies and procedures that have been ignored and to read the statements from these athletes describing their experiences. Ask yourselves one question: would you want this environment for your own daughter? Thank you.
Thank you.
The next speaker we have is Chelsea Lee. Again, if you don't mind stating your name and address for the minutes. Thank you.
My name is Chelsea Lee, and I live at 829 Evergreen Lane. So my name is Chelsea Lee. I'm here tonight as a concerned parent. My daughter was a cheerleader at the Chillicothe High School since her freshman year under the direction of the current high school coaches. Over the course of football and basketball season, my daughter sustained multiple serious injuries while participating in cheerleading. These injuries require treatment from several medical professionals and providers. She has been seen at Bone and Joint for a leg injury, Children's Hospital Dental Clinic for from a severe mouth laceration that killed her tooth. She was seen at plastic surgeon for that same laceration and emergency room visits multiple times. On December 26, 2025, upon arrival to pick my daughter up, I was met with Michaelin sitting on the railing, bleeding from her mouth with an ice pack on her face. I looked for a coach or any staff, which I found none. I then texted the head coach after I assessed the severity of the injury to my daughter's mouth and asked why I was not notified. She then told me she was getting ready to message my daughter. I was informed that they cleaned up the mess from the incident. The head coach then administered ibuprofen to my daughter, which she took without permission, as I was not notified of the injury or that it had occurred. Michaelin practiced for about another hour post-injury. In addition, my daughter has ongoing treatment with a plastic surgeon as well as the dental specialist because of the extent of the injury and permanent concerns surrounding scarring and healing. What concerns me most is not only the injury itself, but the complete lack of proper safety protocol and response from the coaching staff. When this incident occurred, emergency medical services or myself should have been called, but despite the severity of the injury, were not. She received 10 sutures inside and outside of her lip as her muscle had been separated in her mouth. I also have serious concerns because incident reports were not properly filed. And this appears to reflect an ongoing disregard for the safety procedures and protocols designed to protect my student athletes. From what I have learned, my daughter is not the only cheerleader who has suffered significant injuries where parents were not properly informed and proper procedures followed. I understand that cheerleading carries risks. However, coaches are entrusted with the safety and well-being of our children, and that responsibility must be taken seriously. I do not believe that the standard is currently being met. The incident and the aftermath were captured on video, and I believe the footage is available for your review, even though there was a camera glitch, so the entire incident was not caught on camera. But what you can see is my child laying on the ground and the assistant coach cleaning her blood from the floor. For these reasons, I am respectfully asking this board to remove the current coaches from their coaching position before another child is seriously injured. Thank you.
And lastly, we have Michaelin Lee. Again, if you wouldn't mind stating your name and address for the minutes.
My name is Michaela Lee. I live at 829 Evergreen Lane, Chillicothe, Ohio. I'm speaking today regarding my experience as a cheerleader at Chillicothe High School under the direction of the current high school coaches. High school cheerleading was something I always dreamed about ever since I was young. I have cheered since 3rd grade, and it has always been something I truly loved. During freshman year, although practices were difficult and expectations were high, it felt manageable. However, coming into my sophomore year, everything immediately changed. Summer conditioning became extremely intense and was often held outside in the excessive heat. Instead of being coached correctively and constructively, we frequently were yelled at and cursed at for making mistakes. If anything was wrong or a scum was dropped, we were punished with laps rather than given help or instruction that we needed to improve. Problems were not worked on as a team. Instead, blame was usually placed on one person before moving forward. During football season, I became injured from the amount of conditioning we were doing. Rather than receiving support, I felt hostility and was made to feel as though it was my fault, or that I was an inconvenience to the team because I could not cheer. After finally being medically cleared from my return, I was injured again almost immediately. About 2 weeks later, during practice, I suffered a serious injury and was left on the ground bleeding for an extended period of time before my coaches realized I was hurt. Once they did notice, they sat me up, attempted to assess the damage, and After getting water, I realized my tooth had been pushed backward. The assistant coach assured me it was not as serious as I thought. It turned out to be much worse than I thought. My tooth later died as a result of this injury. Afterward, both the head and assistant coaches took me to the bathroom, where the head coach offered me ibuprofen without my mother's approval. Despite the fact that I was actively bleeding and claiming needed medical attention, I was expected to continue practicing for the remainder of practice. And my mother was never notified at all about the severity of what had happened. When I got in the car, my mother immediately realized and recognized how serious my injury was. We spent 6 hours in the emergency room. I acquired 10 stitches inside of my lips. Since then, my mother has addressed the situation with the coaches when we were given information that did not accurately reflect what happened that day. And we were still fighting the coaches and we're still fighting the battle now. After these experiences, I have genuinely lost the passion and excitement I once had for school cheerleading. Something that I had loved for most of my life has now been associated with fear, stress, and hurt. I was prepared to complete my high school cheerleading career, doing something I love, but I do not feel safe or supported doing this under these coaches. So I'm respectfully asking the board to consider removing both coaches from these positions so that no other student experiences physical or emotional harm in this program. Thank you for your time and listening to my concerns.
Thank you. That is all the public speakers we have that has requested to speak tonight.
Thank you. Student liaison.
Okay, so Sam Bird has a competition tonight, so he's not here to pass off the baton to Evelyn Hammond, who will be the new student liaison. There she is. So Evelyn will start in August, and we met with her and gone through everything she has to do, and she's very excited to start this part of her high school career. So I
Awesome.
appreciate her help. Thank you.
Welcome, and it's only 30 minutes every meeting you got to talk, so it's not bad. Legislative update?
I have no further legislative updates today.
Yeah, but I have a few legislative updates that might be interested in. House Bill 799, which was last acted on May 13th, disregards the model for curriculum for world history, specifically achieving or aspiring to achieve more accurate accounting of history and significantly and acknowledging those groups who have significantly contributed to different parts of history. So that is certainly nice. Obviously, I think we all strive for accuracy there, and House Bill 799 is doing that. House Bill 847, this is the Enact the Return to Learn Act. This is for students who have suffered severe injuries, specifically traumatic brain injuries, and trying to get them back in the fold the best we can. So giving them all the help we can. House Bill 745, this is something that we'll probably hear about a good deal. This is to enact the Student Athlete Publicity Rights and Fairness Compensation Act. A lot of people probably hear this as NIL. There was much legalese in this bill, and I wish that I could give maybe a quick epigram that would be a nice synopsis of this, but I just can't. It's so complex and so much. But if anyone has any questions about this, please feel free to ask me, and I would do my best to answer the questions or get the answer to that question, because it is quite extensive and a lot of big words in there. So if you have questions, let me know. House Bill 734, very interesting. Establish Outstanding Citizenship Award on the state report card. This is something, of course, very near and dear to my heart. This is for school districts to set aside an assigned time for the Pledge of Allegiance, set aside assigned time to have a moment of silence, to encourage the reading of our important historical documents, both in America and Ohio, and then to achieve 80% passage of proficiency on the government and the American history test. And I know that the testing is tough and time is tough. Not that you would want some old man in there trying to help, but if anyone would want any outside tutoring to help maybe get over the line for this, to pass this proficiency test, I would gladly volunteer my time to help them. Going back a little bit, since we did miss a meeting, there's also kind of contradictory, House Bill 661, which is to bar middle school and high school athletes from earning NIL compensation. So you have kind of conflicting bills going on in there, and it's just hard to see. And the Ohio Congress continues to push for the abolishment of the National Department of Education, which has merit to it, one return to power to the states and the local level. So if anyone has any questions, I know there was a lot I covered there, but I gladly would answer any questions anybody has or try to answer them. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bonner. Pickaway Ross update?
Sorry.
Somebody got anything from that?
Graduation Thursday.
Thursday? Thank you.
At the VA. Unless it rains, then it's going to be.
They got 200 and some students?
I don't know that.
All right. Thank you.
Not it.
All right, board action. Board of Education resolution, approve the resolution for surplus property and dispose of 2 school buses.
Make a motion. I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll, please.
Mr. Bonner,
Yes.
Mr. Spalding,
Yes.
Mr. Porter,
Yes.
Mr. Garrett,
Yes.
Mr. Wade.
Yes. B, bus purchase approval. Approve the purchase of 1 school bus through the Metropolitan Education Technology Association cooperative purchasing program. Cost for the bus is $164,807. Have a motion on that?
I'll motion. I'll second.
Discussion? Roll, please.
Mr. Bonner,
Yes.
Mr. Spalding,
Yes.
Mr. Porter,
Yes.
Mr. Garrett,
Yes.
Mr. Wade.
Yes. Interim treasurer agreement. Approve the interim treasurer agreement between Nicholas Rose and the Chillicothe Board of Education. Have a motion on that?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll, please.
Mr. Porter,
Yes.
Mr. Garrett,
Yes.
Mr. Spalding,
Yes.
Mr. Wade,
Yes.
Mr. Bonner.
Yes.
And next, memorandum of understanding between Union Soda Local School District and the Chillicothe City School Boards of Education. This is to approve the temporary transfer of treasurers. Discussion, motion on that?
So moved. Second.
Discussion? Roll, please.
Mr. Porter,
Yes.
Mr. Spalding,
Yes.
Mr. Wade,
Yes.
Mr. Garrett,
Yes.
Mr. Bonner.
Yes.
This time, I'd like to take the chance to introduce Nick Rose as the new treasurer for the Chillicothe City Schools.
Thank you all. I will try to be brief. I'm going to warn you, in August, when I do the forecast, I will not be brief, so I've been forewarned. First, I want to say thank you to Mr. Bonner, Mr. Porter, Mr. Wade, Mr. Spalding, and Mr. Garrett for this opportunity, and for allowing me some time to quickly introduce myself to you all. My name is Nick Rose, and I will have the honor and the privilege of being the next treasurer/CFO at Chillicothe City School District. I've spent the past 10 years, nearly my entire professional life, in public education. I was a teacher, and I was a coach prior to moving into the world of school finance. I feel these experiences have given me a perspective that's very unique for a school district CFO. I understand better than anybody what our teachers and our school staff do every day, going above and beyond to help our kids and to maximize their opportunities. When I was considering applying here at Chillicothe and coming back home, I did a lot of research. I'm an accountant now, used to be a scientist, so I do a lot of research, and I did that here too. I learned about the truly amazing things, and I'm not exaggerating, that are going on for kids here at Chillicothe. I mean, we have STEM opportunities beginning in preschool. It's amazing to me. Extracurricular opportunities. I know you all saw that amazing performance a couple months ago from our students. And above all else, I heard, talking to staff members, the passion that they have for our kids and what they want to be able to do for them. To me, this is the opportunity of a lifetime, and again, I'm not exaggerating. Not only do I have the chance to serve as the CFO of the premier school district in Southern Ohio, but I have the chance to support an unbelievable staff, serve this group of elected board members who may disagree at times, but I can tell you they are all about the kids. And above all else, I'm going to work every day to maximize our resources for our kids in Chillicothe, Ohio. My greatest goal in life, I'll be honest, is not to be an elite school treasurer, it's to be an elite dad. I better throw in there an elite husband, I don't want to get in trouble when I get home. My son, my oldest son, is named DJ, he'll be a first grader here at Chillicothe next year. My youngest, his name is Marshall, and he'll be entering his last year of preschool. I am truly overjoyed that they'll get to be a part of this school district. And I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that me and my wife are setting them up for success by being here. And that's thanks to the staff and to the community. We here at Chillicothe, like many school districts across the state, found ourselves making difficult decisions. I know a lot of this was before me, but it's not unique to Chillicothe. We're navigating a landscape that's passed the burden from the state to our residents. I am extremely cognizant of that. And I know the strain the state has put on you all as resident taxpayers. You're going to see and hear me a lot, maybe more than you'd like, over the next coming months and years, trying to explain what's happened in Ohio and trying to advocate for the change that we all need. Although we found ourselves in hard times, I could not be more confident about our ability to strategically plan, continue creating amazing opportunities for our students, but to do that, we need cooperation with this great community. So every day, we're going to work to be transparent, we're going to work to be accountable. My email has been set up here, nick.rose@ccsd.us. I got that right, ccsd.us?
Yep.
Please reach out to me starting today. I won't be physically in the office yet, but I will respond to you, I promise. If you have questions, if you just want to yell at me, please do so. Right? I'd rather you yell at me to my face than sit on it and feel some type of way about it. I will add, I played for Coach Parr, so I'm used to getting shoot out every once in a while. That's okay. So again, I just want to say we are going to go above and beyond. We're going to support our staff. We're going to be transparent with our stakeholders who make all this possible. And we are going to serve our kids here in Chillicothe, Ohio. They deserve our absolute best. I promise you that's what they're going to get. Trust is not given, it's earned. I'm going to start earning your trust today. It feels great to finally say this. It's a great day to be a Academy. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. Treasurer reports and recommendations.
I'd like to recommend A through H, H being gifts and donations for approval. David Mead Massey Trust for $7,500, Sue and Roger Bloom for $1,000, Chad McAllister and Huddle Apparel for $1,771, and Chillicothe Educational Foundation, which provided 60% of the Igloo project so far, for $165,224.
A motion on that?
Motion. Second.
Discussion? Roll, please.
Mr. Bonner,
Yes.
Mr. Spalding,
Yes.
Mr. Porter, Mr. Garrett,
Yes.
Mr. Wade.
Yes. Superintendent recommendations.
I'd like to recommend A through W, 1 through 19. And I do want to point out the retirement of Stephanie Conaway, who's been with the district 31 years. And she was instrumental in getting the Camps Academy started. And she's done a great job there. And I just appreciate her hard work and dedication to, our students that really have a difficult time being in a general education setting. And she's managed to graduate many, many students. Tara Miller will be taking that role over and has kind of been spending some time with Stephanie to get that ready for next school year.
Have a motion on that?
I'll motion. I'll second.
Discussion? Roll, please.
Mr. Bonner,
Yes.
Mr. Spalding,
Yes.
Mr. Porter,
Yes.
Mr. Garrett,
Yes.
Mr. Wade.
Yes.
And then 20, W20, which is a contract for Tiffany Wade. She's an intervention specialist at the primary school.
Motion on that?
I make a motion.
I'll second.
Discussion? Roll, please.
Mr. Porter,
Yes.
Mr. Bonner,
Yes.
Mr. Spalding,
Yes.
Mr. Wade,
Abstain.
Mr. Garrett.
Yes.
And then next is W21, the resignation of Carla Garrett, the business secretary.
Motion on that?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Discussion? Roll, please.
Mr. Porter,
Yes.
Mr. Bonner,
Yes.
Mr. Spalding,
Yes.
Mr. Wade,
Yes.
Mr. Garrett.
Abstain.
Discussion and informational items.
I do have a few, if you don't mind.
Sure.
We have had a meeting to talk about high school transportation to determine if we can find a way to provide high school transportation without it much additional cost. So we had a pretty successful meeting last week. We're going to finalize some things this Thursday after the supervisor went out and did some route driving. So we should have a finalized plan next week to try to make some options available for our students. And I'd also like to thank the high school staff for putting and providing a great graduation ceremony together, as they always do. But, you know, I appreciate the hard work. It takes a lot of time that they put into this, and it's always well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Board member comments?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Just a couple comments from me. Going back to a couple meetings ago, I apologize for not having my notes for when I went over the compensation. I have those. If anyone's interested or wants them, I have them, and you can look at them and discuss anything that you might want to discuss about those. And also, I'd like to say good luck to Ms. Conway. Thank her. I had the great fortune of being her colleague for many years. Outstanding. Can't say enough good about her. The same about a couple that we're losing and other merits. Best of luck to Elaine Payne and Aaron Brown moving on. Two great people. Wish them nothing but the best. Remember, once a Cavalier, always a Cavalier, though. And that's important. And then finally, on much more sober note, going down, of course, Life's Highway, we lost another good member of our Cavalier family a couple months ago. Mr. Richard Dick Henning passed away. A great colleague of mine, great friend of mine, great friend of many people. He did an outstanding job both at the Chillicothe City Schools, at Ohio University. I can't say enough good about Mr. Henning, and kind of ironically, and about the only person I know that really wholeheartedly supported the teachers and the union and the administration. He was in one of those unique situations, I guess, and he did a lot to further the teachers and their benefits, and he did a lot to further the administrators and their benefits, which was certainly kind of unique. He will certainly be missed by many. So thank you very much.
I just want to touch on, anybody else got anything?
Go ahead. I have a few things, but go ahead. You want me to go?
Yeah, you go first.
So I just want to say that it's unfortunate that the levy did not pass. I think everybody in here feels the same. I do want to point out the work of two people, Ms. Kelsey Throne and Nicholas Turon. I think you guys did a great job. There were 74 levies on the ballot this spring. I believe only 24 of those passed. Some counties, Franklin County, for instance, is no busing. I think their kids for a 2-mile radius, K through 8, are walking. Their pay to play is $900 per season. So there are many schools in a lot worse condition than we are. So we're continuing to improve. We're going to as a board, I want you guys to trust that we work diligently to work with the staff and the admins to get where we need to be. And I think it's important to understand where the state is. There's going to be an additional $3 billion cut from the state of Ohio education system over the next 2 years. And it's not going to look good for anybody. So it's unfortunate that the levy didn't pass, but we can only blame the people that are at fault for that. And it's not just one school system. The other thing I want to bring up is I'm really, I don't know, uncomfortable hearing about the stuff going on with the cheerleading program. I think it's really important that we look into that a little bit further. I do suggest and expect moving forward that we have some type of training or reviewing for all coaches in the policy and procedures. Obviously, that's necessary. So I think moving forward, hopefully we can get that done. I know Bill made the comment last week. Am I minding? Okay, you're good. Bill gave his numbers last meeting that we talked, and he suggested that you come talk to him about his numbers. I would suggest if you do that, you can also come to me and get my figures. I would expect that you speak to Nick Rose moving forward regarding that, because he will give you the full details of what that contract entails. So, other than that, thanks again, Kelsey. Nick's not here, but thank you to Nicholas and all the others that helped in the levy.
Yeah, I'd like to echo that. That's a lot of work that they put into that, and it's appreciative. I'd just like to point out a few things. 234 graduates this year, met our graduation rate for the state. 214 of them walked in graduation. We had 40 students graduate from Cavs Academy. Of our seniors, they raked in over $500,000 in scholarship money. So that's pretty impressive. A unique situation that we all got to experience was Miss Wanda True graduated, 85 years old, and finally completed her high school diploma. So that was just great to see. That was fun. We had to warn her to make sure she took it easy Friday night and didn't go out party too hard. But it was great to see that. Middle school staff, thank you for your work on the Momentum Award. I mean, tireless effort you guys put in. I know you guys put in way more hours than anybody gives you credit for, so really appreciate that. And Nick Overly, good luck on your future endeavors. So appreciate your time and your service here, and wish you nothing but the best moving forward. So thank you very much. I think that's all I got. Does anybody else got anything? How about a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll, please.
Mr. Porter?
Yes.
Mr. Bonner?
Yes.
Mr. Spalding?
Yes.
Mr. Wade?
Yes.
Mr. Garrett?
Yes.